Maraming nagtatanong sa akin sa comment section na galing sa mga sellers kung ano nga ba dapat yung mga tamang pricing, tamang strategy, at tamang atake pagdating sa e-commerce. Kaya sa video na to, nakaisip ako ng isang magandang topic. If I had to start from zero, ano yung gagawin ko? Kasi akala ng mga sellers, pagdating sa pagbebenta sa e-commerce, it's about being the cheapest in the market. Pero in reality, hindi na yan ang labanan ngayong 2026. If you want to win in e-commerce, you need to have the right direction, right strategy, right pricing, and the right products. At yan ang pag-uusapan natin sa video na ito. By the way, if hindi mo pa ako kilala, I'm Rich Montan, founder of Ecom Accelerator. We handle hundreds of Shopee stores doing around 100,000 up to 10 million pesos. And these are some of the results that we are able to get. At kung gusto mo rin makakuha ng ganitong resulta, tune in for this video. So bago ka pa gumawa ng store, kailangan meron ka munang produkto na binebenta. Pero I want to take you one step further back. Saang niche or saang category ka dapat lumaban. Ang hahanapin ko na category ay may consistent na demand, mababang return rate, at hindi pa masyadong oversaturated ang market so that I can still build my brand. Hindi yung mga trend na mawawala sa susunod na buwan. Para malaman ko to, I'm gonna use tools like Kalo Data, Shopee Search Insights, and TikTok Trends to know kung ano ba yung mga category na sobrang lakas ng benta. That way, meron akong concrete na data kung magkano ba yung mga benta ng ibang store sa category na gusto kong pasukin. Ngayon na nakapili ka na ng category, kailangan mo naman pumili ng produkto. Kasi this is one of the biggest mistakes na ginagawa ng mga sellers. Akala nila, kasi nandito ako sa category na to, lahat ng produkto ay dapat kong ibenta. Pero in reality, you only need to select a few winning items. The fewer the products that you have, the more focus you're gonna have to promote those products. Para mahanap mo kung ano yung produkto para sa'yo, 4 na bagay ang tinitingnan ko. Number 1, does it solve a big problem or satisfy a great desire? Kasi kung gusto mong makabenta ng marami at makabuild ng malakas na brand, kailangan mong masagot ang isa sa 2 bagay na yan. Without it, wala kang consistent na benta. Number 2, magaan ba ito at mabilis i-ship? Isa sa mga aspekto na hindi nababantayan ng mga sellers ay yung mga OPEX at packaging costs. Mula sa bubble wrap, air column, parcel, tape, waybill, lahat yan dumadagdag. So kung maghahanap ako ng product, I want to find a product that is small and easy to ship out. That way, malaki yung margin ko at konti lang ang magiging expense ko sa packaging. Number 3, may scalable potential ba yung products? Meaning, kapag bumibenta ng store ko, can I add more products similar to the items that are already selling and trending? For example, nagbebenta ako ng kutsara. Is it scalable in the sense na I can add forks, knife, sets, everything? That way, I have more room for growth. Number 4, sapat ba yung profit margin sa produkto na to based sa mga competitors ko? That way, I have more room to invest in marketing and ads. Wag na wag mong pipilitin ibenta yung produkto if it doesn't satisfy the 4 things that I mentioned. At kung nache-check mo yung lahat ng criteria na yan, ibig sabihin, may winning product ka. At kapag nahanap mo na yung winning product mo, kailangan mo magpresyo ng tama. Dahil kung mali yung pricing mo, sayang lang lahat yan. Which brings us to the next part of this video, which is kung papaano ko nga ba dapat magpresyo ng tama. The rule for pricing is actually quite simple. You need to have room for profit, budget to invest in marketing, and be competitive. Ito yung simpleng 4 steps na pwede mong gawin para tama na ang pagpresyo mo. Number 1, alamin mo muna kung magkano ba ang gastos mo. Hindi lang yung COGS mo, but you also need to take into account platform fees, OPEX, advertising expense, at marami pang iba. For example, 100 pesos yung puhunan mo sa isang item. Kailangan mo maglaan ng 25% sa mga platform fees, 5% sa OPEX, 12% sa tax, and at least 15% sa marketing. If you add all this together, umaabot na sa 57% ang cost mo without making a single pesos yet. And this is the biggest mistake that sellers make. Nagprepresyo sila sa kanila kinakalculate kung magkano yung natitira sa kanila. Pero the right way of doing it is alamin mo muna kung magkano ang expenses mo, saka mo ayusin ang presyo mo. As a general rule, right now sa e-commerce, 2x COGS is usually the bare minimum. Meaning, sa example na binigay ko sa inyo, sa 100 pesos na puhunan, you need to be selling it for at least 200 pesos. And that right there is the minimum. Number 2, kapag nagprepresyo ka, hindi ka dapat nakabase lang sa competitors mo. You also need to think about your brand, your products, at yung perceived value na gusto mong makuha ng customers mo. Kasi the higher you price, the more room you will have to invest in marketing and ads. Number 3, and this is perhaps one of the most important, is dapat hindi ka nakatingin sa per order basis. You need to look at data like retention rate and average cost per order. Kasi ito yung nagsasabi sa'yo kung magkano yung kinikita mo on an average customer lifetime value, hindi lang sa unang order. Imbis na nagdi-discount ka para mas mura ka sa competitors mo, you need to think about how you can increase the perceived value of your orders. Dito na pumapasok yung mga bundles, mga free gift, mga add-ons. Things that make your customers buy more, that way, mas malaki rin ang kinikita mo. And number 4, price to run ads. Kasi hindi nyo alam kung gaano karaming sellers yung nakikita ko at nakakausap ko na kapag tinatanong ko magkano ba yung ad spend mo or magkano yung budget mo, ang sagot nila ay wala kasi sobrang liit ng margins. You must price your item with enough room for you to run ads. Kasi kung hindi ka nag-run ng ads, sobrang laki ng potential na iniiwan mo on the table. At dito na pumapasok ang next na punto ng video na to. And that is branding is no longer optional. It is a must. This is one of the biggest mistakes that sellers make. Yung mindset pa rin nila ngayon, sino ba yung pinakamura? Pero sinabi ko na yan sa simula. Ngayong 2026, hindi na yan ang laro. Ang labanan ngayon sa e-commerce ay branding. Kung malakas yung brand mo, kaya mong ibenta yung item mo ng 5 times, 10 times, or even 15 times the cost. Kung di ka naniniwala, tingnan mo yung mga brands like Hydro Flask and iPhone. Even though sobrang mahal ng items nila, binibili at binibili pa rin yan ng mga customers. Kasi hinahanap nila yung tamang market, nag-build sila ng social proof, at nag-build sila ng tiwala around the brand. And it actually makes the customer want it more. Now, pag-usapan naman natin kung paano nga ba mag-build ng brand sa TikTok or sa Shopee. Apat na bagay lang yan. The first one is you need to have professional photos and videos. Kung gusto mong iparating sa mga customers mo that your brand is reliable and high quality, your photos and videos should reflect that. Pangalawa, consistent brand identity. Whatever you post sa store mo, it needs to be consistent with the brand that you're trying to build. Kasi kung sobrang daming iba't ibang kulay, iba't ibang product, iba't ibang pangalan, nagmumukha lang sari-sari store yung e-commerce store mo. Pangatlo, social proof. Dito na pumapasok yung mga reviews, mga testimonial, and mga content about your brand. Kahit na bago pa lang yung store mo, pwede ka nang kumuha ng reviews from other people. And the most important part pagdating dito is you need to be intentional. Actually, sobrang dami mong pwedeng gawin para ma-build yung social proof at yung reviews sa store mo. And I have a full video which I'm going to leave in the comment section na pwede mong panoorin right after this one. Which brings us to point number 4, and that is storytelling. Behind your brand, there needs to be an identity and a story that is relatable to the customers. Tandaan mo ito, kung sa branding ka nag-focus, hindi ka nakikipagtalo sa presyo. Nakikipagtalo ka sa branding ng ibang tao. Which brings us to the next point, which is you need to start now and optimize later. Sobrang daming sellers na uubos ang oras. Yung perfect na produkto, perfect na brand colors, perfect na logo. Kaya ang ending, never sila nagsisimula. Pero ito yung sasabihin ko sa'yo. In e-commerce, there's no such thing as perfect. At kung hihintayin mo pa yung perfect moment na yan, mawawala ang opportunity at mapag-iiwanan ka ng ibang tao. Kasi in e-commerce, timing is everything. The earlier you start, the more momentum you're going to gain. Ang goal for 2026 should be action over perfection. Mag-umpisa ka nang magbenta, mag-run ng ads, gumawa ng content. That way, slowly but surely, nakikilala na ang store mo. And then along the way, you can fix and tweak and optimize every single detail. And the beautiful thing about starting fast and starting messy is that alam mo kung ano ang dapat mong ayusin after doing it. For example, nag-launch ka ng campaign and mababa yung conversion rate mo. You'll already know that conversion rate is the bottleneck of your store. Pwede mong ayusin yung mga pictures mo, yung presyo mo, yung mga offer mo. So instead of fixing everything, trying to make it perfect, the data tells you exactly kung ano ba yung mali sa store mo at at kung ano yung dapat mong ayusin. Now, after mong i-launch yung store mo, we need to talk about how you're going to build your store and drive sales sa store mo. Kasi this is the bottom line. If you want to get sales, you need traffic and you need eyeballs on your product. At dito na pumapasok ang traffic. And there's only really 3 ways to get traffic. Number 1, ads. Number 2, affiliates. And number 3, organic content. And honestly, if you're asking me, my personal favorite is affiliate marketing. It's a game changer kasi it builds trust, visibility, and perceived brand value. And to make affiliate marketing work for you, instead of waiting for affiliates to reach out to you and i-promote yung product mo, you need to be proactive. Ikaw na yung maghanap ng affiliates. Ikaw na yung mag-reach out sa kanila at ikaw na yung mag-collaborate sa kanila. And once na nakakuha ka na ng momentum from affiliates at alam mo na yung mga content na gumagana sa store mo, dito na pumapasok yung paid ads. At yung kailangan mo lang bantayan dyan ay yung profit mo relative to the ROAS that you are getting. Kasi kung susundin mo ang lahat ng tinuro ko sa video na to, tamang presyo, tamang strategy at malinaw na direction, ads will not be a problem at hindi ka malulugi. Okay, now let me give you guys a recap. Napag-usapan natin yung niche, produkto, branding, affiliate, and action. By doing all this, I guarantee you, mas malaki ang chance mong sumabog ngayong 2026. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy or fast. Pero kapag gagawin mo ang lahat ng bagay na to consistently, I promise you, susunod ang resulta. I want you to comment below kung ano yung strategy na una mong gagawin. At kung nagustuhan mo ang videos like this, I want you to comment yes and more so that I can create more. And as always, keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.